The Polar Bear Books by Dr. Seuss. On the last day of summer, 10 house people poor. My grandfather went with me out to the world. For a while he stood silent, then finally he said, with a very sad shake of his very old head, as you know, on this side of the world, we are Ukes. On the far other side of this world live the Jukes. My grandfather said, it's high time that you knew of the terrible, horrible things that Jukes do. In every Jukes house and in every Jukes town. Every Jukes eat his bread with the butter side down. But we Jukes, as you know, when we breakfast or soup, spread our bread. Grandpa said with the butter side up. That's the right, honest way. Grandpa gritted his teeth. So you can trust the Juke who spread bread underneath. Every Juke must be watched. He has cleaned his soul. That's why, as you use, I made watching my goal. Watching Jukes for the Jukes, watching Border Patrol. In those days, of course, the world wasn't so high, and I could look any Juke scare in the eyes. If he dared to come close, I could give him a twitch. With my daughter, quickly sneak very sweet. For a while, that worked fine, for the Duke stayed away and our country was safe. Then one terrible day, a very Duke by the name of Benich suck up and slingshotted my sneakberry switch. With my broken over switch, with my head hung in shame. To the ship Yugalu in great sorrow I came. But the reader just smiled, he said, you are not to blame. But those Duke will be so sorry they started this game. We'll dress you right up in pencil shoot. We'll give you pencil swing shot to shot. And he's ordered the boys in the back room to figure how to build the sums up to triple slings jiggle. With my triple slings jiggle, I should felt much bigger. I marched to the wall with great beam and great vigor, right up to Bennett with my hand on the trigger.
Uh, uh. I have no more nonsense, I say with a frown, from Juke's sweet bread with a butter side down. Benich looked quite sickly, he ran up quite quickly. I'm unhappy to say he came back the next day, in a spiffy new suit with a big new machine, and he started, as I said, looking frightfully mean. You may fling those are rocks with your triple sling jigger, but I also now have my hand on a trigger. My wonderful weapon, the jigger rock snatch him, will filling him right back just as quick as we catch him. We'll have no more nonsense, we'll take no more gup. From your yolk sweet bread with a butter side up. I have failed, sir. I sobbed as I made my report to the chief Yukaru in the headquarters fort. He just laughed. You've done nothing at all of the sort. Our slingshot had failed. That was old-fashioned stuff. Slingshots, dear boy, are not modern enough. Or indeed some newfangled kind of a gun. My boys in the back room have just now begun to think of a walloping with single one. My bright boys are thinking they are on the right track. They think one up quick and will send right back. They thought up a great one, they certainly did. They thought up a gun called Kick Up a Kid, which they loaded with powerful kick up the powder and ensigns like beeswax and dry fried clam chowder. They carefully trained a smart dog named Daniel to serve as our country's for gun-toting spaniel. Then Daniel, the kick-up spaniel, and I marched back toward the world with our head high up high, while everyone cheered and their cheers filled the sky. Fight, fight for the butter side up, do or die. Well, we didn't do, and we didn't quite die, but we sure did get worse for Daniel and I. Benich was there too, and he said, the old pig. The boys in my back room invented this trick, called the 8-nozzle elephant-toted boom blitz. It shoots high explosives or cherry stone pits.
Oh,
and you put your dumb kid on the priest. Poor Daniel, I were scared out of our wits. Once more, by Benich, I bested and beat. Once again, I limped home from the war in defeat. I dragged and I sagged, and my speed were low, as low as I thought that they ever could go. When I heard a boomba and diddle-de-dill, and our butter-up band marched up over the hill. The chief Yukoro had sent them to meet me, along with the right side up song girls to greet me. They sang, "Oh, be faithful, believe in Thai butter." They lifted my, my spirit right out of a gutter. My boy smiled at Chief Yukoro. We've just bought and made you general. You've been promoted. Your pretty new uniforms ready. Get it in. Uh, the big war is coming. You are going to begin it. And what's more, this time you are certain to win it. My boys in the back room have finally found how. Just wait till you see what they uh, brought up now. In their grating machine, you will fly over the world and clobber those bottled down Jugwan and all. Those boys in the back room sure knew how to pour. They made me a thing for the utterly spur. And I jumped aboard with my heart or a pulter and steered toward the land of the upside down barrel. This machine was so modern, so practically new. No one knew quite exactly just what it would do. But it had several box set that spring blue goo, which somehow would spring the juke and I flew, and gum up that upside down barrel that chew. I was racing pell-mell when I heard a voice yell. If you spring us jukes, you will get springed as well. Benji had a spur exactly like mine, and he yelled, "My blue collar well is working just fine." And I'm here to say that if you can go jukes, you'd better forget it, cause juke can go jukes. I flew right back home, and as you may have guessed, I was downright despondent, disturbed, and depressed.
Last one for the story. Yep. There you go. Perfect.
And I showed just as soon as I stepped back and ran, so all of the girl of the butter and butter band. The chief drum major read with Yoki and Sue, said that was a pretty sore flight that you flew, and the chief Yukaro has been looking for you. At last to his office. The place was a sight. Have no fear, said the chief. Everything is all right. My bright England boys have been brighter than bright. They thought of the gadget that you're than you. It is filled with mystery Burakamu and can blow or the juke clear to Salama go. They invented the busy big boy boomeroo. You just run to the world like a nice little man. Drop this bomb on the jukes just as fast as you can. I've ordered our jukes stay safe on the ground while the busy big boy boomeroo is around. As I raced for the world with the boom in my hand, I noticed that every last yuk in our land was obeying our chief Yukaro's command. They were all verbally marching with banners of Luther down a hall for their country and right side of border. That's when grandfather found me. He grabbed me. He said, "You should be down that hall, and you're up here instead. But perhaps this is all for the better somehow. You'll see me make history right here and right now." Grandpa leaped up the wall with a lupulous leap, and he cleared his sore throat with a bupulous beep. He screamed, "Here's the end of that terrible town, full of jokes with bread with a butter side down." And at that very instant we heard a club of feet on the wall and our vanity clubbed up. The voice in his back loomed minimum too. In his face was another big boy boomeroo. I will blow you, he yelled into pork and beans. I will butter side up you to small smithereens. Grandpa, I should be careful, oh gee. Who's gonna drop it? Will you or will he? Be patient, said Grandpa. We'll see, we will see.